Hello, welcome to AP Gov, day 4, 5, whenever you're watching this. So before we get going, I want you to be able to get a hold of me. And there's two ways. One is through email, and the other is through Remind. Both of them are up on the screen right now in the video. And I think hopefully if somebody can run over and hit pause on the video and give everybody the opportunity to write these things down or put them in their phones right now. And go ahead and put them in your phone right now so that I get a bunch of notifications. Great. So now that you've added those in, or you know what email address is, feel free to send me a message whenever you have a question. If you're rereading it at home, going over your notes at the end of class, you can send me any question you have about AP Government. You can also ask Miss Villegas. You know, she is a former AP Gov student, and then I know she was a CSU grad, and all CSU students have to take a history and government class as part of their graduation requirement. So she probably has some basic foundational knowledge and has been brushing up in anticipation of teaching the class for me while I'm gone. But if she can't answer it, you guys are more than welcome to send me a message on either means. So either through email or Remind. Great. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the first assignment you guys have. And it's reading pages 9 through 14. Now I know it seems pretty simple and pretty straightforward, but for some reason you guys don't do it really well. So I think one of the lessons that you've already gone over the last time in class was how to read the textbook. And I will not stress this enough, and I cannot stress it enough, that you guys need to practice this. This is a skill that you need to hone, especially when you're in college and you're not given as much structure by teachers. You guys need to figure it out. And for those of you who are an avid one on the junior trip, one of the things that was repeated over and over by our tour guides and former students was you have to do the work on your own. You have to do the reading on your own, and the library becomes your new friend. So get used to reading, especially if you want to go to college. All right, so the reading is pages 9 through 14, and then up here I have listed for you guys, you can see it right here, what does government do, types of government, origins of democracy. Now if you're looking at your book, those are the blue headings. Okay, the shadow boxes here, those are your subheadings in gold in the book. And the reason why I put these up here is because when you're reading it, some of the stuff I have you read is not necessarily covered by the focus questions. And you might think, well, what's the point of reading that? Well, it's contextual. I need to refer back to that. I need to talk about that so that you could understand something else. So if you're not reading it, you're doing yourself a disservice. So let's get going. And let me look at the focus questions, and so you guys can see them too. So the first focus question is, what does government do? More importantly, how does it impact you? Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. There's going to be a lot of instances in the book where you can say, this is what government does, but how does it impact you on a daily basis? You, the average American citizen, or even non-citizens. The next focus question is, what is limited government? Which should be easy. It's one of your key vocabulary terms used over the summer. But the real important part is, how does limited government affect you? How does it impact you? Why is it important? Okay. The third question is, you need to be able to differentiate between direct democracy and indirect democracy. Might seem pretty simple, but there have been AP questions where they ask you about the legitimacy of either one and how they work and how they function in society. And you need to be able to discuss those questions, even though they seem pretty simple. So that's really what you're going to be doing today, is you're going to be reading these questions. You're going to be going over it, the reading itself, and as part of the class and part of the assignment, you'll be taking notes. So you will be getting graded on taking notes in class. It's part of the grade, especially since I'm not going to be there. This makes it easy for Ms. Villegas to check and determine what you've done and to make sure you're actually taking notes. Now, the important thing is I'm not saying you have to take X number of notes per page. I leave notes up to you guys. You're seniors in high school. This is an AP class. I've seen really good notes that go for page after page after page. I've also seen great notes done in a page. So it depends upon you, and I know that Ms. Villegas is going to go over note-taking with you guys in class, and how to take notes, different ways to approach notes. I know the school's also using Cornell style across the board now. They're really pushing it for the entire school. So if you're doing that, great, and if you're an avid, even better, because you can do Cornell notes and get credit for them for avid on your binder checks. So I'm going to leave it off there, and then I'll see you guys at the end of the period when we start talking about what you already read.